Come along with me as I break down this quick edit utilizing the assets from the Arcane pack. The Arcane pack is the editing pack from Bro VFX. They went through and recreated a lot of the elements from the Netflix Arcane series. This is essentially 8 packs in one, and most of the elements are actually pre-rendered MOV files, which means one, they're high quality, and two, you can use them in editing software. But what makes this a Davinci Resolve pack is the fact there's 39 custom transitions. Make sure you clear some hard drive space because this is a 30 gig download.
Wow, man.
Because like I said, most of the elements are pre-rendered MOV files, some with and without the alpha background. Now to install the transitions, you go to Arcane Transitions. You just double click the DRFX file just like any other pack. In which one you go to Video Transitions and type in Arcane, and then drag and drop transition. Over in the Inspector tab, you have an extensive list of customization and controls. As for the rest of the assets, you just drag and drop into the master bin on your media pool. So all the assets are separated into a number of folders. You got 2D flash effects. These are like laser shots. You got 2D fire effects. You have a fire transition effect. You got energy plasmas. If you're like me, you're probably looking at all these effects and thought about an AMV, which that's what my original thought was, and I actually did one here. You can check it out in the link in the description along with Bro VFX's website. And some of the assets do double, as you have some with the background being black, and then some have the alpha mode. So like here when it says alpha, you have the alpha mode already implied. So if I was to bring this to my timeline, I wouldn't have to worry about changing the composite mode because the alpha is already applied. You have film burn transitions, dirt and scratches. You have grain overlays that come in 4K and HD, like leak effects. And then my favorite are the scribble effects. So if you've seen Arcane, you know sometimes when Jinx is about to go crazy, you get these crazy like scribble effects that pop up around her. They recreate a lot of them here and they're animated. Last thing about the animations, they're perfectly timed so you can just continue to loop them if you need to. So if I was to grab like the subscribe text here, and then bring it down multiple times, it allows for an endless loop. Now to break down my timeline. For the sake of the video, I'm gonna actually mute the song. And then when you play the first part of it, you have this burn transition here. Typically you change the composite mode to something like add or screen or maybe overlay. It's always a good idea to mess around with the composition modes. You might get a unique effect that you might like. For this burn transition here, you open the inspector tab and the composite mode, I changed it to pin light. So anywhere the light is not present, it's completely dark. So then when the light comes in, it exposes whatever's underneath the footage. Whereas normally if I change it to something like add, that basically remove the black background. Therefore, my main video remains present. I'm gonna change it back to pin light. So it's a light, so my subject is only exposed as the light brushes over. Then underneath I have one of the animated faces. And here I use Magic Mask to put the wings behind my subject. So right click on this clip now and go to Open in Fusion. Media 2, if I hit 2 on the keyboard to bring the viewer. Media 2 is the smile. I use the tracker node within Fusion to actually track it to his face. I use a transform to resize it, and then I use a color corrector to change the color. So if I go to the transform node and hit 2 on the keyboard, you can see I made it smaller by changing the size. And if I go to color corrector and hit 2 on the keyboard, I use a color corrector to change the color to red. And it's all attached to the tracker, which in operation, I'm using match move. If you want a more detailed breakdown of this and me going through the actual steps, let me know in the comment section below. So before the track, I actually have my magic mask, and then I can use a merge node to connect the media 1, which is my original video. I use it to merge it behind the magic mask, bring it back in the background. Then media 3 is the wings. I just use a transform to place them behind them because they're actually not moving. And of course, that's run together with another merge, which is then all connecting back to my media out. So now back on the edit page, I use Jinx Transition 3 here, along with the speed lines, just to add a little emphasis. If you click on this Jinx Transition, go back on the Inspector tab. Actually, I'm gonna disable the speed line and go back to the Jinx Transition. There's the control for clutter on and off. If I cut that back on, it actually brings in like this little bunny rabbit mask. Then you can disable and re-able scratch effects, speed line, or the film lines, light leak effect. Like I said, they're highly customizable. And once you're done applying your different effects, you can right click, go to create transition preset. Then you can make a list of your own transition. A lot of transitions actually incorporate a lot of the elements within the pack. So now moving forward, we have this 16mm vintage overlay. Typically with grain overlays, you'll use the grain overlay effect or a composite effect. So we change the overlay, it kind of gives it more of a filmy look, but I wanted to do something a little different, so I used the Vibe. So now going back to the Vibe, it kind of brightens up the footage. The one thing I like about this overlay, it's real subtle, but if you look at it, you can see it has like this light leak effect to it. So it's all kind of a greenish tint and then kind of switches hues over time. That's built into the actual texture itself. Then if I go into the color page, if I reset my log wheels, you see it makes the footage a little bit brighter. You actually see more of the grain. I increased the lift a little bit just to make it a little bit darker. And then of course, if you want to change the color of it, you can go through like something like your offset or hue versus hue to help change the colors, which overall changes the look of how the grain is applied. Next, you have a lightly transition, which for the composite mode for this, I use lighten. This is just placed in between two clips. Prefer by having the brightest part of the transition right in the middle. Then here I have the film scratch. You can't really see it all that well. If I hold control and zoom in, if I select the clip and hit D to disable, You can see it had kind of like it kind of darkens the overall footage. Then it also had these little imperfections you see kind of flickering around. I have this stretched over the next couple clips. So next I have this light leak effect, and it kind of looks like the cars are actually causing this effect, but if I cut this element off, it looks completely different. Now this light leak effect has a natural blue hue, is actually affecting the whole clip, which actually looks pretty good. But of course, again, you can go to something like color page and change the color. This next part here is some animated scribble effects. Going forward, I have this $ here. This I changed the color by using a color generator. So I go to the effects panel, you see I had a color generator here, which apparently in Davinci Resolve, I guess 20.1 or 20.2, they removed the color generator from the open effects to resolve effects, which is I think is a whole new tab now. I could be wrong, but whatever. So I go to my effects panel to resolve effects, and then you'll look up color. You're looking for color gen. I'm not gonna actually add it to it, but when you place color gen on anything, you pretty much can change the color right from the edit page. But go ahead and click on this and then change it to red or blue or whatever. If I deactivate this, of course, the base color is white. This also has a film scratch overlay. Now this film scratch actually had the little sprockets on the side here. If I shrink it down, you can see the actual edges right here. So you got the little film sprocket that comes along with this scratch overlay. And then if I go to the clip itself and open it in Fusion. So in Fusion, I use the tracker again to track this little text here. F $1 in a dream. Then moving forward, we have these little scratch effects. And then once again, I use a tracker to track this crown to his head. And some more film scratch effects. You get these little chaos scribble effects. This here's one of the texture overlays. So with texture overlay, I changed it to screen. Yeah, underneath that, I have another film dust. This then cuts into another arcane transition. This is the arcane film scratch, which then takes me to the end of my edit. Now here I have the 2D fire effect. The only thing I did with this is just change the composite mode to add. Now, of course, there's so much more to this pack. If you want to deep dive into it yourself, you can use the link in the description down below. Be sure to check out Bro VFX's YouTube channel as well. And they also have a bunch of other packs that I've seen. I haven't messed around with any of the other packs. This is the only one I've messed with so far because I'm a big fan of Arcane. If you have any of their packs, let me know what's the next thing I have to pick up, and I'll see you in the next video.
Keep my head to the heavens, calculating my steps. Deliver prayers to my people, enemies can't intercept. I'm ready for what's in front of me and prepared for what's next. I got my mind made up, never settle for less. I know that life ain't easy, nothing worth having is. City so full of danger, don't know what a hero is. I will never forget that I made it through disaster. Life, peace, and joy is the only thing I'm after.